Hi everyone, good evening. Welcome to another episode of the Road to Forever podcast by Squishies. And tonight we have another special episode as part of our LGBTQ Pride Month celebration tonight. So may mga guests na naman kami. Dito na naman kami, nagbabalik para guluhin ang gabi nyo. So I hope you're just as excited as we are as we're learning so much this Pride Month. And so, I will like to introduce muna, syempre, yung ladies behind the podcast who are here with me tonight to introduce themselves. Sabi nga ni Zari, if you don't know Aspa, how dare you? Yun ang mahirap eh. Okay, so of course, say hi to our viewers and listeners tonight. Zari.
Hi everyone! So, I'm Zari. Hindi
How dare
sorry,
you.
it's Zari.
Okay, Carrie is also... Hi, thank you. Ganun may Miss Universe week. Okay, here with us also is Carrie.
Hi guys! Good evening!
Wala kang Miss Universe wave.
Wala. Ganun yung Miss Universe wave ko.
And of course, Kim.
Hi, good evening. Tatago muna ako sa likod ng aking avatar for tonight's episode. So, pagpasensyahan niyo na kung mamimiss niyo yung pagmumukha ko.
Pwede naman namin,
Maglagay namin picture mo.
Mag-shot ka ng GIF.
Ulit-ulit ang nagawa ganun. Kim, sabi ka lang.
Sige. Pag-asapan natin yan.
Okay, and of course, yours truly, the host tonight, Hannah. So, yan. And tonight, meron tayong mga special guests who is also part of the LGBTQ plus community that has graced us their presence, and we are so thankful na they have accepted our invitation para to be with us tonight. So, say hi, Lou.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for inviting me on this show.
Hello. Thank you as well. We're the ones more grateful. And of course, Ethan is also here.
Hello, guys. Thank you for inviting me to your show.
Thank you also for coming on the show. Diba? So, malalim na naman ng gabi. Marami-raming chuchikahain natin ngayon. So, of course, let's go into it na ano yung magiging topic natin tonight. So, of course, si Ethan and Lou na invite namin din. Ang first question ko sa inyo siguro to start off is that medyo heavy yung first question ko. heavy siya. So parang, would you say right now, in your current situation in your life, would you say na you have found your true identity of who you are? And if you're comfortable also to share kung how you identify yourself, if you're willing to share with us, please do as well. So who would like to first answer?
Ethan.
Gusto ko yan, nagpapasahan simula pa lang.
I volunteer.
Nice one, Lou. Thank you very much for that volunteer.
Very much welcome.
Based on your question, I somewhat am happy na I'm part of the gay community because in the office, I present myself as the gay person na yung affiliations ko and my likings are gay. However, when it comes to home, to province, to my relatives, I am not proud na sabihin ko na gay ako personally kapag kasama ko parents ko because tinatago ko pa because I quite fear, well not really quite, I fear na kasi na pag ko sa kanila na sabi sa mom that I'm gay and what more to my relatives who is very homophobic, who is very religious, and kapag ay sinabi ka sa kanila sa baba, even your achievements, ang dami lang sasabihin sa'yo sa likod mo. It's not gonna be my safe place. Parang na sabihin na, hey, I'm gay, I like boys, I hope you like me as for me. But ang fear ko lang kasi is, both my parents papalaya sila ako ng bahay. That's gonna be one of my most weakest years. Even though my sister knows that I am that kind of that I belong to the community. Yun yung number one fear ko. Number two fear ko, yes, even though nila pinalala sa bahay, they will become colder sa ang pagtatrato nila sa akin. Meaning to say na ang tatanungin lang nila is yung sister ko lang. Tapos yung sister, even though yung question ay patungkol sa akin, sasabihin yung sister ko, tapos yung sister ko ibabato sa akin. Yun yung yun yung parang fear ko when it comes at home. Kasi sabi nila, di ba, at home, you are who you are at home. But for me, that's never the case. First office or out the office, I'm vocal about it. Pero, not really at home. Even at church, not really. Well, except for my two friends at church. Yun lang.
What about work, Ethan? Love ka naman namin, di ba?
Yeah, love you naman talaga ako as me, di ba? Yun to the point na sa Starbucks pa lang, ang dami ko na nakitang gwapo, di ba?
Oo naman. Baka barista pa yung makatuluyan mo.
Oh, why not? Why not, di ba? Parang di ba? Di ba sa Starbucks ba, Diyos ko, bebe, tingnan mo yun, ang gwapo, oh. Ayun ba, oh, habe, oh. Di ba? Alam mo yan, di ba, Lou?
Nagwi-window shopping ka na.
Of course. That's life.
Clarify ko lang, Ethan, no, if it's okay with you. So right now, you're not in the office setting, at least with your friends, you're out and proud of who you are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then with the family, dun tayo parang may challenge on opening up with your identity or your preference or
yes.
Okay, how about si Lou? Are you also experiencing the same thing as Ethan?
Maybe not as strict yung kay Ethan, but my parents know somehow, or at least they found out before na I had a girlfriends, sorry. Ano naman ng family ko na that pumapatol ako sa mga babae. And I think somehow they're okay with it. Hindi pa naman nila ako pinapalayas ng bahay sa awa ng Diyos. And then with work, people guess or people assume. Ethan knows about it. I cannot say na I'm a lesbian who's out and proud because I think of my family first and of what the society thinks. Baka mapahiya sila, ganyan. So, whatever people think of me, I just let them be. If they wanna guess, ano ba to si Lou? Babae ba yan? Or ano yan? Tibu ba yan? Yung itsura kasi parang tibu parang ganun. Kasi when we go to parties, yung mga formal parties, magugulat na lang sila. Si Lou ba talaga yan? Akala ko ano siya. Ba't mukha siyang babae ngayon? Pwede naman kayo tumawa, guys.
Hindi na naisip ko kasi ang ganda-ganda mo di ba? Naalala ko yung mga naalala kong pictures. Way before. I mean,
try ko imagine kasi I haven't seen them personally.
But for reference, kasi si Lou was like, not to divulge so much details about us, but we came from the same school. So I saw how the hair got shorter and how the transformation happened. At least from high school, hindi naman ako I don't know about others, pero when we were growing up, diba, at least na-witness ko yung changes. Hindi naman kita tinanong. Gusto ko lang hinahawakan yung buhok mo kapag umiikli na siya. Ang sarap kasi.
A lot of people do.
Diba? Parang nakakilite.
I don't.
Hindi ka kasama doon, Max?
Kasi si Ethan, hindi pa kami nakakapag-coffee in real life, diba? Soon.
Schedule one sometime.
Yes.
And then we'll go shopping ulit tayo sa Starbucks.
Ito sa Starbucks kayo, tawagan nyo na lang ako para masaya. Or tawagan nyo kaming 4, o diba? Para maraming makantasin.
Ano maraming matang tagahanap? Maraming matang taga-spot.
Ilang pares yun ang mata.
Lalo na sa Starbucks sa Makati, sa Greenbelt, just ko, babusog ang mata ko.
Parang nangiisipin ako dati.
Gusto ko yung markado niya yung location.
Kim, alam mo na, saan tayo tatambay?
Alam ko na kung saan ako tatambay, yes.
So, i-reveal naman natin. Pwede na natin bugawin yung mga tao dito sa segment.
Shifting na lang siguro kami ni Ethan para di kami mag-aagawan ng mga Baka kasi yung maspat namin, magkapareho, mag-awayan pa kaming dalawa, diba?
Well, kung gano'n yung mangyayari, you're my girlfriend-in-law.
Girlfriend-in-law?
Pwede yan. Gusto ko yung idea na yan.
Well, we can, sabi nga, diba, lahat na nga nasi-share, jowa pa kaya.
Totoo naman.
Wow!
Basta legal.
Ano naman?
Oh my God.
Ang sakit sa head.
Alam ko sa
Pwede bang i-share yung jowa?
Pero syempre, iba pa rin na yung talaga. Diba?
That is true.
Walang iniisip na kung saan siya, kung ano shift mo na, kung saan siya uuwi ngayon. Diba?
So, iba pa rin ang iyo talaga. Ang matatawag mong akin.
I agree.
Sorry, wala pa akong akin eh.
Hanap tayo.
Ay, grabe. Pero kaya nga, tonight, diba? Maghahanap tayo. So for everyone who is single and ready to mingle, our Ethan is looking for a match. Diba? If any applicants, please forward your resume to Zari. All requirements will be posted on our page. Katabi, of course, ng kay Kim. Kasi yung kay Kim, i-repost ko na lang every time. Kay Kim.
May separate Dropbox naman yun, diba?
Oo.
Separate link.
Separate natin.
May separate email. Go for Kim at gmail.com. Go for Ethan at gmail. Magsasadya ako for application. Diba? Oh, Ethan and Lou, if you have questions also for us, you can let us know. Kasi if ever may gusto kayong perspective from our end na you would also like to know, pwede nyo naman kaming freely to ask also.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Will do.
Saka may curious lang kayo. Kung wala naman, okay lang, we're not forcing you maging curious.
Ay, kayo ba? Ano bang stand nyo?
Saan?
Sa LGBT.
If it's something na we welcome, or are we allies of the community?
Yes.
At magtuturoan tong tatlo. Sino ang una magsasalita?
So, Kim.
Sige na. Binalantay mo na ako. Ayan na. Hindi, di ba we actually talked about this last week. Last recording session last Saturday. So, not technically with our other guests, but amongst ourselves. And I guess we came to a conclusion that we don't label ourselves as allies, primarily because we don't believe that we're that fully educated na when it comes to, the labels or how it actually goes within your community. We do think naman that you have the right, to celebrate who you are. You have, kumbaga parang, kung yun nga yung sabi ko last week, kung saan kayo masaya, supportahan namin kayo kasi who are we to get in the way of that? So yun yung, ewan ko dun sa ibang tatlo kung ganun din sa ilang
mga ilang araw, nag-iba na yung perspective. Grabe ka.
Pero niya parang sabi niya lahat tayong we, tapos kailangan ka lang din sa bigla.
Parang sabi niya pala, napag-usapan nga namin 4, di ba?
Mukhang hindi ata tayo yung tatlo dun sa 4 na yun.
Talaga ba nagbagong anyo kayo, diba?
True. Meron lang ako kasi since we've been talking about being allies, diba? Siguro para then we get clarification. Lou and Ethan, pag sinabi niyo bang allies of the community, what do you mean? Parang for you, personally, pag isang ally ng community, ano bang characteristic nila or anong sinasabi nila?
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
I don't know the exact definition of the allies for the LGBT, pero for me, it's someone na willing ka i-befriend na parang when you go out with them or you hang out with them, hindi sila mahihiya na kasama ka despite however your personality is, na i-enjoy lang nila yung companionship mo, ganyan. Ikaw ba, Ethan?
Well, I have to agree with what you said, na they're comfortable around you, diba? Kasi napapansin ko sila sa mga BL na napapanood ko ngayon and sa mga BL din na nababasa ko sa webtoon and sa tapas na
magkakasundo tayong tatlo, Zari.
Later. Please continue.
So you do know what webtoon and tapas. So, bisa nababasa ko, sila yung tipong agree sa'yo, well, not necessarily agree, they listen to your problems, they give you advice on how to deal with the shit that, sorry, can I say that?
Yeah, it's fine.
What
our prod will bleep it.
May disclaimer.
What shit is happening in our lives, in everything, how to handle boys, especially that.
Oh.
Parang how to handle boys, it goes both ways.
especially quote unquote cute boys that you will never ever have.
Grabe. You will have.
One day,
i-manifest natin yan. True. I-manifest natin yan. Okay. Thank you for sharing your views on the allies. Kasi when we also discuss this, parang isa din to sa mga tinanong namin amongst ourselves na what does it really mean? So, how about you, Zari, Carrie? Do you also gusto niyo bang baliin yung sinabi ni Kim kanina? Kasi nilaglag niya tayo eh.
Wala naman nagbago doon sa sinabi ko last time, Kim. Ito pa rin yung sinabi ko last time na yun nga. Ano na nga yung sinabi ko last time?
Diyan tayo nagkakatalo eh.
Char lang. Na yun nga, it's more on yung respect na lang with each other as human. Yung minasya na human to human respect. So if you respect me as my rights as a human, then I'll do the same to you na I'll respect you din naman. So yeah. Naalala ko, Kim.
Good job. Bigyan kita ng star mamaya.
Thank you.
May malaking pa.
True. Oo. Ayun, that's our stand. Although we don't want to seem presumptuous, like to call ourselves like we're allies out front. But do know that we support naman everyone. And what Zari said, we basically operate on respecting each other as person and not just based on however you identify.
Mm-hmm. I guess we also, siguro para lang din matouch on natin. Kasi we touched on our previous guests na if labels are important. So just to also establish din, para din ma-share din natin kay Lou and Ethan yung mga perception natin na sa inyo ba, Lou and Ethan, is it also important na may labels? hindi to relationship labels, ha? hindi to kayo na, or baka kasi yun yung maging reference, but labels of the guys here, of the LGBT community, kung ano kayo dun sa spectrum, the colorful spectrum of LGBT. Is it important for you to be referred correctly? What do you think?
Gusto mo ba mauna, Ethan?
Oh, sure, why not? Always,
Okay,
I'm
go ahead.
always naman eh. Sabi mo nga, di ba?
Ladies first.
Sabi mo,
Oo nga pala, ladies
sabi mo nga,
first.
di ba? Gays first, di ba? Well, really
Yeah.
first.
Okay.
Oh, well, based on my opinion, and especially this yung nakikita ko within the community, especially in abroad, I cannot say na kailangan yung labels, and I can also say na kailangan yung labels. Hindi kailangan yung labels because number one, we're also human. Yung yan sinabi ninyo na, yes, we're human. Yes, we breathe, we live, we feel things like you, like me, like Blue. Na tao kami, we're part of the human race. Hindi naman porket na straight ka, dapat ganyan yung mo. If LGBT ka, hindi ka na ganyan. On this part na kailangan din yung labels because some of the pronouns that you have to use talaga to para malapitan mo yung person. Because I've met one transgender. I asked her. She's a she na. So I have to respect the pronouns that they have to use. Especially lalo din yung name na gagamit nila. Ganon din sa mga na ko din na experience din na as for people who belong to the they them plus community, yung mga non-binary.
Mm-mm.
So parang respect mo lang din na yes, we have labels. If you want, yes, we have labels. Some people want labels. Then please incorporate as the correct pronouns.
Okay.
How about
Thank you for that. Sa akin naman, label for me is not important, but I think there are some people who makes the label important. For example, at work, joke, sa dati kong work siguro, they will ask me kung ano ka ba, gantong lesbian ka ba? Sabi nila, ikaw ba yung parang butch type? When you see me actually, you will think that I'm a butch type because of how I dress and how my hair looks and everything. And even how I walk. Alam ni Hana yan.
I know.
But then
I also know that.
You also know that.
Diba?
Oo nga naman. Sorry naman, Box. Ayun.
Nire-reveal dito yung mga pinag-usapan last week. Call. Hindi dito yun.
Ay, hindi ba dito? Sorry naman.
Go ahead, Lou.
And then, parang people, sa isip ko naman, I mean, why do you have to put a label na butch ako ganito? Para sa akin, may pronoun actually is she pa rin or her. Kahit na ganun ako, na parang I identify myself as like the guy in the relationship, as people would put it. Sabi nila, sino ba yung babae? Sino yung lalaki sa inyo? I'm like, aren't we both girls? We both have breasts. We both have vaginas. So what's the difference? Diba? I mean, ba't kailangan magkaroon ng guy? Siguro may mas gentle woman sa aming dalawa, and probably that would be me, but wala namang may, penis sa amin. So, I don't know. So, label for me is not important. To answer your question, it's not important for me. And sa totoo lang, it annoys me when people label me as such. Yun lang.
I see. And so, circling back naman to the topic at hand, which is like, identity. We touched upon that. And just to, siguro parang, nabanggit nyo kasi na may certain aspects sa social life ninyo na kayo ay out, that people are aware or at least have an inkling that you are part of the community. So at least you have, a sense of identity na, no? But based on your experience, like, did you struggle to find your own identity? And if you did, what were the things that you struggled with while you are in the process of, figuring out your true identity? Kung hindi naman, ano naman yung naging nagpadali ng proseso para sa inyo?
Louis, your turn.
Box.
Ang bilis na ipasa. Medyo heavy ba yung question?
My turn na ba?
Napareflect ba kayo?
Hindi naman. Actually, madali lang. Pinuunawan talaga siya kasi siya yung babae talaga. For me, finding my identity. Ano ba to? Pwede ko ba masabi yung course ko?
Ikaw,
Sure, if you're open.
If you're comfortable.
Kasi I realized during one of my I think second year subjects, it was pediatrics, and my pedia professor said, whatever, ano ba yun, parang personality or kung ano man yung ugali mo sa present na yun, na nangyayari yun, you will have it with you for the rest of your life. And what crossed my mind was like, oh shucks. So forever ko magugustuhan or forever ako ma-attract sa mga babae at hindi magbabago yun. Yun yung dumaan sa isip ko noon. Yun nga, about identity. My parents or my family are very traditional kasi. But I'm very thankful that my sister, hindi naman niya ako ginudge. Tapos kinkipa niya yung mga secrets ko from time to time. At minamahal naman niya ako despite knowing na I have partners. And then, when my relatives found out then, they didn't judge me. Parang they were trying to understand actually. Na parang where I was coming from. Or at least inisip naman nila if masaya ako. They actually asked. So I was like, okay. At least hindi sila yung kukuha sila ng linya sa Bible at ibabato nila sa'yo. Yung ganun. And then, naging comfortable lang ako with how I dress and if kung sino man yung mga maging partners ko and if they're okay with it, and then, swerte. So, I'm okay with it, but I'm used to not flaunting it around and let people second guess na lang kung ano ko, preference ko na lang.
Pero you own yourself sa sarili mo.
I'm okay with it na ganito naman talaga ako, na tanggap ko na. And I'm okay with it. Kasi before, parang when I was growing up, I wanted to have surgery. Naisip ko yun dati. Parang, ayoko magkaroon ng boobs. I was praying na, please Lord, wag lumaki yung boobs ko. Ganun. Pero wala eh. Puberty hit.
Nabiyayaan ka ni Lord.
Saktong biyaya lang. Hindi naman ganun.
Oy, hindi
Ay, sakto lang. Grabe siya.
Oy, hindi Wag i-deny.
Nako.
Wag i-deny.
Maniniwala ako kay Hannah kasi siya na yung nakakita eh. So,
First-hand witness.
yeah.
Grabe naman sa first hand. Sige na nga.
Don't worry, girl. Use it as your asset, not your downfall.
Of course.
True. Ayan. So, thank you for that, Lou. What about si Ita naman? Was there a point na nag-struggle ka? You're finding out your... Sige, go ahead, please.
Actually kaya pinauna ko si Lou because kasi it's very hard for me. Although I'm gonna answer your question, but it's hard for me to answer it. Because when I was in high school, God, I hate my high school. It was the time of my life. It was the time of my life that I became anorexic. I became depressive because in that Catholic school, that's why I resented Catholic schools. Na people, there's norms and standards regarding your sexuality, and I wasn't out yet as gay. So inaano ko na ano ba talaga ako, and then what I do is not common for them as guys. I don't play basketball. I don't play Dota. I don't, go out with them. I prefer to be alone, to read books, to listen to classical music and everything. So I don't even find myself any guy or girl attractive. So parang you could say I'm asexual or aromantic kasi wala talaga eh. Even though you put the muse and the S, parang okay, fine, whatever. But when I set foot in FEU, parehas kami ng course ni Lou eh. Kasi I'm also a nurse then. When I set foot in FEU, I was comfortable, but I hid who I am. Because when I also set foot in second year college, there was this English professor that because I like to create poems, like to create stories and everything. Mostly, kasi sabi niya sa akin na parang napilitan na akong mag-nurse kasi mas prefer ko ang literature than nursing. Yun nga, when I presented to my English professor who was 22 years old at that time, he's like, "Oh, Mr. Ethan, I like your poems, very nice. Who did this? Sir, I did it. Wow, very good, Mr. Ethan." And then gradually, I became his favorite student. I used to hang out with him. And then to the point na, oh my God, I'm falling deep and hard for this guy. So parang, nga. I tried, with girls, wala eh. Or with guys, I find them attractive. I want them to follow with me and everything. And doon na nga siya nag-start. Lalo na nung pinanood ko yung Captain America, doon talaga ng full blown eh.
The awakening. The awakening.
Every gay's weakness is Chris Evans. So yun na nga, parang nung college ako, I kept denying na, ganito pala ako and everything. I deny. And until nung graduate ako, okay, fine. I'm like this because nung nang work ako, I met this guy. He was really cute. Kilala mo yan, Lou, di ba? Hindi yung isa talaga, yung iyakan ko talaga.
Yung isa pa ba?
na dalawa sila.
Oh my God.
At kinlarify niya na yung isa ha.
Para clear no? Para same, kayo?
Same
wavelength.
Page. Oh my God.
PM.
Hanapin. Okay. Sige.
Ayan.
So yun nga. So parang, maybe nga, baka siguro, I prefer to guys than to girls because girls parang are going to be friends with you, but no, not in as a friendly way. Yung people, I can be your wingman or everything. Pero to guys, hindi ibang klaseng story na yun. Well, to most guys. Yun.
I guess your experiences are a bit different, magkaiba. Magkaiba. So, I mean, from what I'm getting, correct me if I'm wrong, si Lou, she had not a completely hard time, but not an easy time either. No, pero si Ethan, siya talaga yung masasabi natin na nag-struggle. Coming to terms with it, no? Pero, just to follow up lang, no, gaano kalaki yung naging epekto siguro nung parang the people na nakapaligid sa inyo in accepting your identity? Like, malaking factor ba siya dun sa pagtanggap nyo sa sarili nyo or dun sa paghanap nyo dun sa sarili nyo? Nakatulong ba sila or sa tingin nyo nakasama sila? Like, family, yung mga friends, would you say?
I would say na nakakatulong talaga sila on whether you have to out or not. Kasi based on my experience talaga, I'm not comfortable with my schoolmates in high school. I don't even have friends back then na to tell me what's wrong with me or what am I undergoing. Pero there are some people like si Lou and my friends in college and in work na hindi na sabihin mo na it's 2020, it's 2019. Diba?
2021 na actually.
Well, kailan ako ng out sa ospital.
Ay, malay ko.
Di
Gusto
ko
ko na
na
ako
alam
sa'yo.
na.
Hindi na ako nagbibilang eh.
So yun nga. So parang nakakasalog. Because, kasi although sabi nga diba, love yourself first. But how can you love yourself if you don't find assurance in other people? Diba?
True, actually.
Yung validation.
I mean, ako, yeah. Kasi for me, na parang my parents' acceptance is still very important to me. And I don't want to let them down. Actually, it's just my mom na. But when my parents found out before na I had a partner, they would keep saying na, anak, face lang yan. Lilipas din yan. And my mom was even so happy nung nag-trip kami somewhere in, I think, Phuket, na parang nagkagusto ko sa isang instructor na lalaki. Tuwang-tuwa pa siya, bet na bet pa niya for me. I was like, mas piliin pa niya magka-boyfriend ako ngayon kaysa may jowa akong babae ngayon. Ganon. So parang I wasn't comfortable enough to open to my parents na I found a partner, na I'm happy with her, ganyan. Pero with my friends, they played a very big factor in my life. Sila Hana, I mean, kahit ako yung loko-loko na makulit, na ano ba, jokester ng grupo minsan, they would still accept me. And even at work, I have a very few friends at work. At least yung mga true friends lang. Halos wala na sila. Si isa na lang atang naiiwan and maybe another one or two na lang. And I'm happy na, ayun, na magkakasama naman din kami. Tatanggap naman din nila ako. Basta alam ni Bax na dapat wag lang niya ipagkalat. Kaya mo na lang maghula yung tao kung anong preference ko. Saya kaya hulaan.
Parang the new year of mystery.
Don't worry, Box. Your secret is safe with me.
Parang hindi naman eh. Verbo na sa buong trabaho eh.
Hoy! Hindi May nagtatanong nga sa akin
natin.
May nagtatanong nga sa akin na kayo na ba? Sabi ko, it's not my secret to tell. If you want to go ask her.
Kasi yung
napagkakalat, kayo na daw pala.
Oo nga, bakit kaya ganun? Hindi lang sa'yo box eh, pati dun sa isang box natin na friend. Napagkamalan kami din. Ano ba meron?
Sino isang box? Marami kami.
Yung ma-attitude friend, yung mas ma-attitude sa'yo, yun.
Okay. Gets ko na.
Same page ulit sila.
Baka kasi naman hinahatid mo rin sila lahat, kaya ka napagkakamalan tuloy.
Naku, Dax, nahatid ba kita madalas? Hindi pala ever. Madalas ba kita hinahatid?
Once lang.
Oo, diba? Hindi naman nila alam yun eh.
Starbucks nyo kasi yan.
Si Bax ang talaga mayaman.
Ganun talaga.
May follow-up question pala ako. Then, kasi, let me know if you're comfortable or not to talk about it. Pero kasi, may parang coming from your stories, like kay Lou or kay Ethan, di ba? Parang there was a time that you tried out to like yung what is standard. Parang you also tried liking guys in the case of Lou, and for Ethan, parang you tried to compare, di ba, na if kung maa-attract ka ba sa girl or mas talaga yung attraction mo mas on guy. So I want to know lang if you can share na if you had those moments talaga na did you get intimate with the opposite sex or have tried to be in a relationship talaga.
Naman, paano mo malalaman?
So si Lou, sige go. Sinong gusto niyo mauna?
Bas, mauna ka na.
Sorry naman. Well,
Go.
I didn't have any, any intimate. Kasi when you say
Wait.
intimate, it's wala nga. Wala apart
Kahit
from
mall, smack, wala.
well, lips,
I beg
lips
to
to lips
differ.
lang. Lips to lips lang. That's it.
Smacks.
When you say intimate, 'di ba? Parang nasa isip na natin what you do in the bed, 'di ba?
Okay, or
Doesn't
maybe
have to be in
simple
the bed.
as holding hands, kissing, akbay, hugs,
When it comes to oh my god.
Saya ng tawa ni Lu.
Umuha ka na lang kasi. Tumawa ka
Saya
na.
ng
Umuha
tawa
ka na
ni
lang
Lu.
kasi, Max.
Oo nga, nagkaano ako, yun nga, lips to lips, holding hands. Parang, when I do it to a girl, yung hand to hand, parang, wala lang, parang you're holding your sister papunta sa park and everything. All lips to lips naman parang, yuck. Ganon yung reaction.
That cemented it.
Confirmed.
Confirmed.
Yeah, confirmed.
Barbie. Sorry. How about si Du?
Yes, lalo na sa mga truth or dare. Alam niyo naman yan pag college.
Oh my god.
So I was able to, parang di mo naman ako kilala, Bax. So, yeah. May mga truth or dare lang naman, pero I've never had a boyfriend or ano. May mga suitors, pero I directly turned them down, saying na please don't make any effort, baka masayang lang talaga. Kasi ayoko magpaasa. Hindi ako yung taong paasa. Yun.
Oh.
Pero
May hugot.
with the dares, I was willing. Yeah. Yes, of course. Lahat naman tayo may hugot. Pag ikaw wala, hindi ako maniniwala.
Ay, si Zari, marami yan.
So, I think something curious lang ako about that. Have you ever thought na you could be for both? Like, kasi this
Bisexual.
time
I'm still
kasi,
bi-curious.
parang this time, di ba, parang sure na kaya na, okay, I'm really attracted to girls or sa guys. Parang was there a time na parang you thought na, parang I can play for both teams, diba? Is it something that you guys considered or like, nah, totally, I know what I really want?
One of my ex labeled me as bi-curious. Kasi I've never had a boyfriend, yeah. Parang I'm curious about the opposite sex because I've never had a relationship with them. Hindi ko na-experience yung ligaw or anything like that. So, parang she wanted to give me, to try to give it a go. Sabi ko, hindi talaga eh. I mean, it has to be someone I'm attracted to. And parang out of 100%, baka 0.1, yun lang mabibigay ko sa male population, 1% na madalang talaga.
Well, ako naman kasi, siyempre, when I was searching na, yung nagka-course din ako sa professor ko, maybe I can have crushes with girls. Pero yun nga, yung holding hands, with the kissing, I would give 0.0000001%.
My God. Daming zero nun, Fenda. Akala ko pa naman once yung gusto ko.
Statistics, maganda yan.
Oo nga eh.
Significant yun.
But to all the girls, I can be your gay best friend. If you want to talk about your problems, fine. Let's talk about your problems with Starbucks and everything.
Habang nang aayabol.
Basta sa Starbucks.
Well, wala naman. Kahit saan. You can even
Basta may
invite me
kape.
to a library. You can even invite me to a library.
Pero quiet please sa library. So, paano kayo mag-uusap?
Whisper lang. Ganon.
Sorry, parang kang tumatawag ng pusa.
Sorry naman. And, okay. So, Lou and Nathan, for the next question siguro, no? Because you've, coming from the stories that you have shared, it's very enlightening to see naman na hindi siya laging tawag doon all happiness nangyayari sa pagka-come out ng isang yung pagka-hang out ng mga nasa LGBTQ. Kasi from our last guess, yung sa kanila parang okay lang with the family and all, but I guess we could say na not everything is the same talaga for everyone.
Rainbows and butterflies, you mean?
Yeah, parang ganon. So with that, we would like to know lang, coming from your experience or your perspective, how can an ally of the LGBTQ community better respond kung kami, kunyari, we have some friends or family or mga colleague na magka-come out. Paano kami better makakapag make them comfortable on their decision to come out?
Have an open mind.
Don't
judge them.
Don't ever rush them, even though you have gut feeling na ganun sila. Don't ever rush them na, out ka na, wala namang problema, ganyan. Because it's their identity, not yours. So you have to understand din naman na why are they hiding? Yes, why are they hiding? Why are they in the closet? Di ba yun yung sinasabi ng mga common people?
Lou?
Yes.
You were saying a while ago. No, kinat ka kasi ni Year. Itad ka niya.
Panay na ako. Sus.
Ay naman!
Pero yun, open mind and don't judge someone. Kasi nga, you don't know what they're going through. What difficulties they're going through. Baka hindi lang yung sexuality nila yung pinagdadaanan nila. They might have other problems. So yun. Yun lang naman. Actually, it's a very short answer. So okay lang. It's Max.
It's being open-minded and not rushing them or pushing them talaga to come out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pero I just have a follow-up question that parang paano nyo masasabi or ano yung basehan nyo paano sabihin sa sarili nyo na itong taong to, I think I feel na I can come out to this person. Like, kung may standards ba kayo or may characteristics ba yung certain na tao na yon? Or kailangan ba super close kayo or I don't know. May ganun ba kayo?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Kasi with my new partner, kailan ko lang ba siya naging close? We only started chatting last December 2020. Tapos ngayon kami na. So I was very comfortable. I don't know. I think it's intuition. Pero I became very comfortable with her. Ang dali niya kausap and she's a good companion. And siguro nga, it's a plus na she doesn't judge. Siguro yung hinahanap ko sa jowa pala. So, ayun. Kaya, no, you don't have to be friends for a very long time.
I like that, yung intuition.
Tao lang din yun. Tao lang din yung if they're very comfortable with it. Ako kasi, like, if you ask me right now, any question, basta hindi siya rated, I will answer you. Ganon.
Basta hindi rated.
And there are some people naman na if you ask them, they're very private and we just have to respect them.
I guess there are talaga those people that you will meet no, na parang ilang months parang click talaga kayo. That allows you to share even those darkest secret that you have.
Skeletons sa closet,
yeah.
What about portability?
Ano naman si Ethan?
Well, so far nasabi ng Lou. Pero ako kasi when I was ganyan, I have trust issues with people na who to trust, who not to trust. Parang inisip ko na looks can be very deceiving. Na who will I open up to? Who will I talk to all my problems and everything without judging me na ganyan pala ako. Yung sinasabi na you're a freak. Parang gano'n. Kasi nowadays, people will say something to you behind your back and then you don't know who to trust and who not to trust.
Yun lang din yung mahirap.
Sorry, can I just ask also? Go, Kim.
Hindi.
Go.
So, nag-comment lang naman ako. na friends. I mean, siguro din kasi based din sa experience na kumbaga, yung difference in their experience. Nabanggit na rin naman, share na rin ni Ethan yung story niya kanina, how he wasn't comfortable during high school. Kaya, it's understandable na he would really have, difficulty in trusting and opening up to other people. Unlike with Lou, given her personality naman and her experiences. So, yeah. Go ahead, Hannah.
Kasi that's ano ba? Si Ethan kasi and Lou, of course, they're my personal acquaintances. I just want to know kasi Ethan and I have never, for our viewers and for our viewers and listeners, Ethan and I have never met. I've met him through Lou. So siguro lang kasi the question kasi ni Zari is that parang it's like a coming out story. But in my case kasi, you're not exactly coming out to me. But at least, how can, or sige, let's just use my example. When you and I got into a call together, what did I do that made you comfortable to express yourself? I think it goes both ways for Lou and Ethan. Not necessarily lang na a coming out story, pero what can the allies or whoever the people around you can make you feel comfortable to be who you are? Parang what would you say na we can do or have done well to make you feel comfortable to express who you are?
Para namang gusto niyong gradean namin kayo. Grabe kayo.
Ano
Ako ni
yun?
clinical instructor eh. Ako ni clinical instructor. Wait lang.
Ay, grabe.
I-rating scale tayo. Siguro at least times lang. Sige. Go ahead.
Sorry, even among our friends. Go ahead, Ethan.
Well, yun nga, di ba, nung na-meet kita via, nung tayong tatlo ni Lou, maybe because I see some positive aura. Kasi nafe-feel ko yun yung positive aura to open up, to be an open book about it. Yun, number one, yung aura. Number two is that yung demeanor ng tao na, are you understanding? Are you open-minded? Or sometimes, are you a judgmental person? So parang nakikita din sa mga non-verbal cues. Sa mukha, sa kamay, the way you act, the way you... diba? Kitang-kita eh.
Yeah.
Kasi there are some people at work, I don't really want to talk to them kasi napaka-brusque nilang maglakad and everything. Diba? Parang
A guy you will never fall for.
Yeah, a guy that I will never, ever, ever, ever fall for. Because
Dami namang ever
number
friends.
one,
Forever ba yan?
Noted, Nathan. Noted.
No,
Ay, Ethan pala, Nathan. Sino si Nathan? Ethan.
Nagkakaroon na ng identity crisis si Zari para kay Ethan.
so yun,
Ethan, never say never.
and well, never say never na, pero
Applicable talaga yung never eh.
yung mga tao na parang ayaw mo silang kausap because the way they act, the way they speak, the way their beliefs, the way they believe, yung inaano nila yung belief ng certain tao. Like for one good example, yung ang tunay na lalaki trope ni Robin Padilla. Di ba on my part, nakakainis yun. Nakakainis yun. Even though I'm not although I am also an ally for the feminist na yung ang tunay na lalaki trope. Parang kasi men can also feel pain. Men can also be anorexic. Men can also have self-care. Hell, may ibang lalaki they can fix their face in 1 hour para lang they will look presentable. So yun lang. Yun lang yung ano ko.
I just have sige, sorry.
Okay.
Just continue.
Sorry. Sige. Sasabihin ko na eh.
Wala akong dadagdag. Sige lang.
Hindi, sige, Lou, kung may if there's something you have to add.
Hindi, wala. Okay na ako sinabi niya, no, Ethan.
Nag-concede ka na lang.
Best case na.
I concur.
Yun lang, yung follow-up question ko lang doon sa sagot ni Ethan. Niisip ko yung pangalan niya, di ba? Ni Ethan kanina.
Sino ba kasi si Nathan?
Hindi ko rin alam kung sino si Nathan eh. Yung sagot ni Ethan kanina na, diba, sabi niya, don't push someone to wait lang. Pero what if that person is, kunyari yung magka-come out mo na family, friend, or colleague is someone na gusto niya, pero hindi niya talaga magawa kasi natatakot siya. You as the friend, or kami, ano yung pwede namin gawin para matulungan siya in a way na hindi kami yung parang forcibly na inaano siya, kinukulit na sige na kaya
ko yun actually. Ang weird, pinagadaanan ko yun actually ngayon. I have a friend like that.
Okay. Please answer, Lou.
If it's okay.
If it's okay.
So,
I will agree with you, Lou.
Ano naman yung magsa-secondary siya?
When she told me about it, I was like, how is your family ba? Same din, they're Catholic and very traditional. So, have you ever tested the waters? Like, kahit yung mga movies lang or like, mga reference na something about the LGBT community, ganyan, wala daw. So, how about your siblings? May kapatid kasi siya. Ganun din daw, wala daw siyang alam. I was like, okay. So, okay naman sa akin kung di mo naman sabihin sa kanila. I mean, it's your own time kung kailan mo gusto sabihin sa kanila. Kasi ano ba yun? I had another friend who recommended the movie Fluid. Halos ganun din yung nangyari actually sa amin nung partner ko ngayon. Something similar. And she had to come out. Still in the process of coming out. And hinahayaan ko lang siya. And if she ever decides to, I would support her decision. Whatever her decision may be. You just have to be there for them. Yun lang naman.
To listen and
I agree with you.
Don't have to be active about it. Kahit passive, okay na.
Okay. I agree daw si Ethan.
Ano yun, agree ka pa rin ba? O,
Agree
ano ba?
lang.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
Okay, bago lang din eh.
Kasi hirap kasi yung tanong yan and I don't have the concept to grasp it eh. Since na ano na.
Kaya pala agree ka kaagad, Bridget.
Sorry.
Nahirapan pala dun sa tanong.
Na-pressure ka ba?
Pressure talaga siya. Question lang din ako in relation dun sa sinabi ni Zai. Kasi, eto madalas ko itong na-observe kapag sa mga office or like any corporate or basta any organization. Minsan, I don't know if you've experienced it personally. Yung may nag-fish na parang they're testing the waters if magre-react kayo na pag sabi niya, crush mo ba si ganito? Kasi they cannot
Determine.
They cannot determine kung ano yung preference nyo or they're just parang they're trying to get a reaction from you just to get an indication of what are your preferences. Siguro an example
So,
lang.
nila malaman kung girl boy, bakla tomboy.
Oo. Kasi hindi nila matanong eh. So they
Cowards. Charot.
Sige, meron akong isang example. Merong time na sobrang nagpaikli ako ng buhok. As in, hanggang dito yung buhok ko. Hindi ko alam kung nakita nilo yung time na yun na sobrang nagpaikli ako
Picture
ng
tayo
hair.
noon na ganun yung hair mo.
When you were working sa along Bonnie.
Di ba parang I had that really, really short hair. Mas shorter pa doon. Parang every month umikli height ng buhok ko. But parang meron akong time na may nagtanong sa akin na parang, they were saying na, sino ba talaga yung tunay na mga reyna sa floor daw namin? When you say tunay na mga reyna, that refers to the LGBTQ plus community. So, sino daw ba ang reyna ng mga gays? So, may refer sila. So niya, dapat may representation din ang lesbians. Tapos sabi nila, sino yung reyna ng mga lesbians? Tapos they pointed at me. But they don't know na I'm straight.
Never.
But they were, because I had like
Because
really
you have
short
short
hair.
hair.
Yeah, tapos I was wearing polo shirt most of the time kasi nakahassle sa akin to do this stuff. I mean, why do I need to bother? So parang they were saying that, but with no confirmation. They were fishing for confirmation na kasi they don't know. I don't have to explain myself. So did you have like similar experiences na people fish or like God you na to admit?
Definitely.
How do you deal with those? How do you deal with those kind of instances?
Kasi sa akin pag sinabi mo, crush mo ba si ganyan? Pag sinabi kong hindi, kasi hindi ako ng blush, hindi talaga. Pero pag sinabi kong hindi, pero pamukha na akong kamatis, yun na.
Pero ano yun, kunyari hindi ka nag-out sa kanila, di ba? Parang they don't know you, like, personally. Kaya at a glance, they know na, they would assume na you're straight. But they're fishing for comments. You've encountered those kind of situations.
Oh, yes, definitely.
So how do you deal with it? Like, hindi mo siya ka-close, pero nag-fish siya sa'yo ng reaction.
Sumit ako. Ano ba yun? It was when I first arrived at my current work na, there was this guy na parang, single ka ba? Ganyan, gaganyan siya. Ganyan. Kasi marami dong single sa loob. I was like, sa isip ko, ano naman kung lahat kayo single sa loob? Anong gagawin ko?
Ano naman?
And he's that kind of guy who would stalk your Facebook profile na i-share niya pa sa mga ibang tao. And one time...
Sino yan?
Hindi mo na ata ko naabutan.
Kala ko ata.
Naabutan mo siya na wala lang siya ng pandemic. Parang biglang when he finds a photo na sobrang feminine ko, he would suddenly show it to other people doon sa lounge namin where we eat and all that.
He's disgusting.
Ano to? Oh, yeah. So yun. Parang he would ask, babae ka ba? O tibu ka ba? As talagang dinirekta niya, tibu ka ba? Sabihin ko, hindi. I was like, who are you to ask me that? And in that kind of, the way he asked, parang, somehow I felt na parang insulting yung pagkatanong niya. Because there are some people na parang feeling ko na okay naman when they ask me. Tapos when I say, na parang medyo attracted ako sa babae, bigyan nilang sasabihin na sayang naman. And I was like, sayang ka dyan? Swerte nga nila eh. Sayang sa'yo. Ganon. So
I know that person. He's disgusting. Literally disgusting.
I know.
One time, side story. One time nung meeting tayo, nung wala pang pandemic, we have that one common friend na nandun na siya sa promise niya, nakasal na siya, kilala mo na siya.
Yeah, okay.
Kilala mo na siya. Well, syempre,
yes,
she knows she's pretty. She wears, yung sexy dress. And I was like wearing my jacket because it's so damn cold. Alam mo naman, pag payat, pag nilalamig, kailangan ng jacket.
Walang
or
fan.
worse, kailangan... Yeah, walang
insulator.
Walang insulator. So yun. And he was like, glancing back at her as like, oy, ganda naman na isa. Sabi ko, would you please, sabi ko, marap ka nga sa board. Kasi nandun yung meeting eh. So, second time, third time, pagkadating ng fourth time, I was like, that's it. I remove my knapsack, I remove my jacket, I place it on her legs. Is she distracting now?
I remember that.
Parang
I remember that.
sabihin, is she distracting now? Tinakpan ko na. Wala na yung distraction. Humarap ka na dun. Kaya, yun nga. I'm also questioning some guys. What is it with you and with you and legs? What is it with you with girls with big boobs? Diba?
Masarap hawakan. Big boob.
Ayan, Ethan, alam mo na.
Pag babae nagsabi, okay lang, no? Pero pag lalaki. Kasi pag lalaki.
Yeah, offensive kasi at times.
Yeah.
That is true.
Pero bravo for Ethan doon sa ginawa niya.
True.
Kasi diba, minsan mas gentleman pa talaga yung mga nasa ano eh.
Oo.
Totoo yun.
Kahit di marunong lumaban yan si Ethan. Nako, nung nag-inuman kami, hindi mainuman, pero kain-inom, gano'n. Parang gusto niya mangpupog na kabilang mesa eh. Tama ba? Pag nag-CR tayo.
Yeah. I remember. I was like,
Ikaw pa nga nagsabi.
I told the two of you na mag-ingat kayo. May mga matang malikot.
Na hindi ko naman napapansin kasi hindi naman sila maganda.
hindi rume-register sa radar ni Lou. Lampas.
Ikaw yung nag-register eh.
Ride or die pala tong si Ethan.
The person being gay, you know who's the pervert and who is not.
Well, you've mentioned a while ago yung with regards to allies, as we would call them, na support, yung respect lang, and don't push the people from the LGBTQ community or whoever na finding out their identity, yung kung to just respect them. But kasi it's been a long time na rin. Somehow people or the society rather nag-open up na rin pa konti-konti. But how, or do you have any advices lang, Lou and Ethan, to those who are still trying to figure out their identity with the struggles that they're going through then? Meron ba kayong pwede sa kanilang ma-advise kung paano nila i-overcome or what they can do to, be comfortable with themselves?
You wanna go first, Ethan?
Sige. It takes time din naman kasi about, ano ba? It takes time din naman kasi na to know and understand you. Di ba nga sa Maslow's hierarchy of needs, nasa taas yung self-actualization. So
Yeah.
Nawin lang si Zari.
Makarelate lang ako kasi may nabanggit na term ng psych.
So it takes time din talaga na to talk about it, to explore it. And really sa advice sa akin is that if you are part of the community, try mo na manood ng movies about gay people, trying to explore who they are, what they are. Like, for example, although pinanood ko siya kasi umiyak talaga ako. One good example is Call Me By Your Name by Luca Guadagnino na yung teenage boy, he's trying to find out who he is, what he is, pero pumunta yung character ni Armie Hammer, may crush pa siya kay Armie Hammer even though na may girlfriend siya. So parang pinanood ko na rin yung story. So yun nga.
Spoiler alert.
So yun nga. You have to have certain references about it na what am I? What really am I? So it's very good na other shows like Netflix, YouTube na napapalabas sila ng mga stories about gay people, about how their transformation is, how they cope up with it, and everything. And inaano ko talaga na for the LGBTQI+, panoorin nyo talaga is Love Victor. Maganda siya because you're trying to figure out who you are as a person. Yun talaga panoorin nyo, Love Victor. It's very good talaga.
We'll check it out.
Yun lang.
Thank you for that, Ethan. How about you, Lou?
Well, I agree with Ethan naman. It takes time. Unless at a very young age, you're very certain na you're a lesbian or you're a gay out kaagad. And then good for you na nahanap mo na kaagad yung sexuality mo. But for the rest who are struggling, who have those kinds of families, relatives, yung mga external factors mo sa buhay, you just really have to take the time to get to know yourself. And if you have friends or people who are around you na you think are toxic or isn't good for you, tanggalin mo sila, marami ka pang makikilala sa buhay mo. And you just do you talaga. Kung saan ka komportable.
Thank you. May follow-up question lang ako. I mean, if it's okay
Damihan
lang
mo pa?
Ha?
Damihan mo ba?
Hindi, ano lang. If it's okay lang for you to answer, ano lang naman to eh. Kasi na-mention din rin ni Ethan kanina yung when you love yourself kasi, it's a huge factor talaga kapag merong support system din, yung validation and assurance from other people. Do you have like parang advice lang din doon sa for those din na nagsistruggle? Kasi marami pa rin talaga, hindi naman natin marami pa rin talaga na traditional yung thinking nila na dapat ganito lang, dapat ganyan lang yung dapat yung sa society na hindi pa talaga sila
para sa lalaki.
Oo, yung parang ganon na hindi pa rin talaga open yung mind nila sa LGBTQ. Meron ba kayong parang masasabi din for them, like encouragement din for them based lang sa experience niyo din?
You will find your own group in time. You will lose a lot of friends. You will gain a lot then along the way. Teka lang, itatulungan mo muna ako. Nag-iisip ako. Nag-cross ako.
Reinforcement.
Sigit ka muna, Ethan.
Well,
Nawala si Ethan.
Ako kasi,
Nag-loading pa yung puta ko. Wait.
Ako kasi when I was in high school, the term normal is not talagang totoo, yung normal. Society is shit. That's number one. Number two, it's true naman eh. There are some rules, there are some regulations that you must do, you mustn't do, you do this, you do that. Ang important lang dun is, wala kang apakan tao, that's good. Wala kang masasaktan na tao, that's good. Although in your journey in coming out, meron ka talaga masasaktan na tao, but that's okay because that's part of growing up. Yun nga yung growing up na quote sa book ni Benjamin Alirezans na Aristotle and Dantes discovers the secrets of the universe. We used to do the cycle of hurting and healing. So yes, nasabi mo na ganito ka. You'll get hurt, they'll get hurt, but in time you will heal them because you are now free of who you are and you understand what you are, and in time they will understand who you are and what you are, what you love, who you love. Yun lang.
Okay na ako dun.
I thank you.
Yun na rin yung naisip mo.
I agree.
Same thought.
Please.
Copy paste, please.
Duplicate the voice.
Parang ang hirap antayan, lalo na kung nag-cite ng libro, diba?
Oo nga, copy paste.
May reference.
Ganun talaga kasi kapag bookworm ka, lalo na kapag may yung friends mo nakahanap ng hugot, ay nako, ang dami dyan. Marami akong libro dyan.
May bibliography si Ethan sa ulo niya.
Ang saya naman nun.
Please drop those book titles, please.
Paglalagay tayo
Oo
ng
nga.
a little bit of a subtitle sa final video natin and final cut. So, is there anything else na you, Lou and Ethan, would like to add to everything that we've talked about so far as we wrap up this episode? Anything you'd like
Ikaw
to
muna,
say to
Lou.
our viewers and listeners?
Na gusto idagdag.
Is there anything you'd like to add?
Ayan.
Wala na.
Sa pinagdadaanan ko hanggang ngayon sa aking buhay. Matuto lang tayo mag-enjoy. And pahalagahan lang natin yung mga tao na sa paligid natin who appreciates us for who we are. And kahit gaano pa tayo ka-weirdo, gaano pa tayo ka-baliw, nandyan pa rin sila. Di ba, Bax?
Yeah.
Parang hindi agree si Ethan.
Ethan siya.
Kasing baliw eh. Kasing baliw eh. Basta.
Hoy, sino mas baliw sa atin? Ikaw, ako.
Trick question ba to? Teka lang. Wait. Ako na lang baliw. Natanggapin ko pa na ako malagay sa NCMH eh.
Baka ako kasi Diyos ko, yung mapromosa ko na sa kotse, di ba? Diyos ko, tawan-tawa ka na nga sa akin eh. Di ka na nga
Ay, hindi naman makareact. Wala natin ako energy ng friend.
Magtalo sila sino mas baliw, di ba?
Let's disagree na pareho kayo. Differently. So, what you can?
If the viewers are going through a hard time, for sure may light sa dulo ng tunnel na yan. Tiis-tiis lang, tiis ganda, katulad ni Bax. Darating din dyan, and you will have friends. Ay, hindi ka ba tiis ganda? Sorry. Sa viewers lang
Ganda
pala.
lang siya.
Ganda lang siya, sis. Ganon.
How about you,
Yeah.
Ethan? Anything you would like to say?
Ako naman is, don't put yourself on the box na this is what you will do to please other people. Please don't do that because you will, at the end of the day, you're not gonna be happy. Sabi ko nga earlier, society is full of shit. Yun talaga yung inaano natin. Because what matters most is that you are happy and wala kang taong inaapakan o inaagrabyado. That's what's most important. Because people will pinpoint at you because number one, they're insecure because they have something that you have something that they don't have.
Happiness.
And that is
tama ba?
That is love. Yeah, love, happiness, and rainbows.
Yay! And unicorn. Thank you for those wonderful advices for the viewers and listeners of our podcast. As for the ladies naman, since we've talked to different members of the community, so I just want to also, and ang dami din nating narinig tonight from Ethan and Lou. So if you could share, Kim, Zari, and Carrie, one key takeaway that we got from our interview tonight with these beautiful people with us, and then what would be also your piece of advice sa mga, kasi syempre we're also celebrating yung members of the community, but how about what's your advice for people to be more accepting, open, or embracing of the LGBTQ plus community? So those two. Would you like to go?
Sige, I'll go first na.
I mean,
I'll volunteer as tribute. Ayan. Siguro, it's not exactly a main takeaway na parang bagong realization siya. But it's more of a deeper understanding na at the end of the day, regardless kung kasali ka man sa community or within the LGBTQ plus community, excuse me, or not, at the end of the day, tao pa rin tayo, gaya ng sabi ni Ethan kanina. Lahat naman tayo, pare-pareho din ng pinagdadaanan, may mga burdens na dinadala. Little kindness really does go a long way. And regardless naman kung ano yung identity mo, dapat naman talaga ang tingin sa'yo, ang unang makita at ang dapat tignan ng mga tao sa'yo ay yung pagiging tao mo. At hindi lang base sa kung kanino ka attracted, kung sino yung gusto mo. Ayan. So, a piece of advice, yun na, I guess, related na doon, na parang, before you judge others, parang, you look deep into yourself, na kung ikaw nga, may bagay na hindi ka komportable sa sarili mo, or hindi ka pa-satisfied sa sarili mo, sila din meron. Kung ikaw may part ka sa sarili mo na gustong-gusto mo, sila din meron. And, parang, you find a common ground kung saan kayo pwedeng mag-relate. Kasi at the end of the day, feel ko dun din lang naman yung kulang yung communication and yung understanding. Bakit ba hindi natin bigyan ng pagkakataon yung isa't isa na magkaintindihan? So, yun yung takeaway ko and advice ko para sa ating listeners and viewers. What about you, girls? Who wants to go next? Who wants to be the next millionaire? Who wants to be the ano daw? Game ka na ba? Ganun.
Ano ba?
Ako.
Go.
Me, teacher Kim.
Yeah, very good. You raised your hand. Okay, it's your turn.
And then, actually, copy-paste lang.
Bastos. Nag-raise ka ng hand para sa copy-paste.
I think it's the same naman even with the last recording session that we had sa isa nating guest. It's regardless of what gender each of us have, it all boils down dun sa ano natin dun sa iisang trait na meron tayong lahat, which is being human. So, you have to, yung sinasabi nga ni Kim na don't judge the people kasi hindi mo alam kung ano yung pinanggagalingan nila or yung pinagdadaanan nila. Katulad nga ng mga na-mention din nila Ethan and nila Lou regarding this sa pagka-ham out. So, you really can't push people to say yung mga gusto mong malaman or to do sa mga bagay na gusto mo. Because those people have their own will, have their own free will to do whatever they want to do. Sa gusto nilang gawin sa buhay because it's their life. What we can do na lang talaga is yun yan, to respect each other, human to human respect na lang. Respect me, I'll respect you. So for being open to the LGBTQ community, I think ganun din it's regardless of yung sinabi ko on the last podcast, on the last episode, gender is a superficial thing. If dun mo ipapasa yung pakikipagkaibigan mo or kasalumuha mo sa ibang tao. Because it's just a face value Merong mas something deeper that you could get with that person if you really just give the chance na makilala yung tao na yun. That's all, Teacher Kim.
Very good. I'll give you another star later.
Thank you, Teacher Kim.
Nakakarami ka tonight.
Yay!
Mababawi siya. You need to step up.
Carrie, how about you?
Ako siguro yung key take-away ko from this is yung tama yung sabi nila kanina na yung loving yourself talaga, it's a process. It's not an overnight thing na mamahalin mo na ng buo yung sarili mo, na kilala mo na kaagad yung sarili mo. Kasi I think I've mentioned this from the previous episode din about self-love, I think, na you learn more about yourself every day. So I think kasi with society, kasi with the pressures that they try to instill on people na dapat ganito yung mga stereotypes, it becomes even harder for those who are trying to figure out their identity. Kasi, yun nga, yung pressure, yung standards na dapat ine-expect of a person nandun. So, tama yung sabi rin ni Kim na malaking bagay ang kindness. Lahat naman tayo, we have baggages that we carry. We just don't show them to everyone talaga. So I think yung sabi ni Lou and Ethan din kanina na let's not pressure na for them to come out then, let's respect their privacy. Respect natin yung time and space nila because nasa sa kanila naman yun eh. Mas alam nila yung sarili nila. And let's just give them that sense of comfortability then para hindi na rin sila mahirapan to love themselves and to accept themselves as well. With being open naman sa LGBTQ plus community, I think it's more of, as I've mentioned din sa previous episode with our other guests na it all boils down to respecting as a human being na kung ano man siya, respeto natin yun. Kung ano yung, kasi that's preference that's sexual orientation. It doesn't define the person na yun lang siya. There's so much more to that person. So being open is respecting lang. And being there for them, supporting them all throughout their journey. So yun yung sa akin. How about you, Hannah?
Wow, nasabi niya na lahat. Pwede na natin i-end yung episode dito. Ito na yun. Nasabi na, ang galing talaga ng mga guests natin at siya yung mga podcasters natin. Talagang na-summarize nila lahat. Pinag-usapan. Wala na akong kailangan idagdag. Sip na lang ako ng water dito.
Lakas
diba?
makatita ng cup mo.
Of course! Siyempre, nag-endorse. Ganon. Hindi, but for me, my key takeaway from this conversation we had na yung, I remember kasi this from one of our guests din na sinabi niya na bakit kapag nagka-come out, ang unang sinasabi ng mga nagka-come out is nag-apologize sila. I'm sorry. Di ba kanyari magka-come out sila with their mom, family, mga very important people in their life, and they would start it with, I'm so sorry, ma, na ganito ako. Sabi niya, bakit? Ba't kailangan natin mag-apologize? For being who we are when we just embrace who we are. And funny enough, tinanong ko din yung magulang ko. Sabi ko, bakit? Ba't kailangan namin mag-apologize? Parang ako yung nag-come out. Iyak ako.
Coming out story mo pala to, Hannah.
Oo. Ito pala, moment ko pala yun. Lou, Ethan, this is my challenge. Hindi ko na-share sa inyo. Nag-usap tayo. Coming out story ko pala. Hindi, parang sabi nila. Kasi syempre, the society has put so much expectations of what is right and what is supposed to be done. Religious side, non-religious din na sector, diba? Parang this is who you are. Sabi niya, binalik niya yung tanong sa akin, sabi ni Mami, bakit nga ba? Why are you apologizing when you're just giving your truth? Sabi ko, kasi we are so, we are, sanay tayo na parang pag isang bagay na pwedeng ikahiya ng pamilya, parang we apologize for it.
You don't want to disappoint.
Parang, yeah, kasi it's like, may mga emotions na parang madi-disappoint sila, na bakit ka ganyan, na parang, at the same time, you also know that you will face a lot of challenges by coming out. Like sabi nga ni Lou kanina, di ba? You will lose friends, but you will also gain friends. A lot of friends. Kasi we don't see hindi natin nakikita yung light dun sa tunnel.
End of the tunnel.
We just see the immediate na nangyayari. So, parang everything is very negative. So, if I were to give an advice, para dun sa mga, to be open on LGBTQ plus community, coming from this key takeaway from mine is that don't make them feel sorry for being who they are. Hindi siya kasalanan. Sabi nga ni Ethan, freak ba? Hindi sila freak. Hindi sila someone na parang kailangan layuan natin or parang kailangan i-label, because how would you feel if you put yourselves in their shoes and you are also being called names And even if nga sa atin nga kahit hindi labas ng LGBTQ plus community, nagsisiraan na tayo, di ba? So parang nadadamay pa tayo ng mga tao. This reflects more on what you're going through than the person you're telling those hurtful things to. So sabi nga ng tatlo, let's be kind to everyone. Kahit regardless of your sexuality, stature in life, culture, skin color, race, whatever it is, parang it boils down to respect. Kasi lahat naman tayo is, meron nga nagsabi, sabi niya, wag na kaya natin tawagin yung sarili natin lesbian or gay. Sabi niya, can't we just call ourselves Earthians? We all lived in one earth. So why can't we be the citizen of the world? Right? We are all Earthians. So let's not define ourselves by Filipino, American, Korean, or bisexual, aromantic, or whatever, or non-binary, etc. But we're all just simply beings of the world. And it's so beautiful na parang he summarized it. Sabi niya, bakit nga ba? Why do we discriminate so much? When we're all just simply human beings and members of the world we call Earth. So, yun. So, I hope yung mga viewers natin and listeners have learned so much as have we learned also. The four of us, especially our guests. I would just like to thank you again, Lou and Ethan, for gracing us with your wonderful presence tonight and joining our recording. I'm really, really thankful. Sobra.
Clap.
Thank you.
Virtual,
Clap.
thank you so much for sharing your stories. I know some of them might be hard for you to share and wasn't easy, but thank you for trusting us to share your story. And of course, para i-wrap pang ating episode dahil wala na tayong oras for tonight. Lagi talaga natin minamaximize isang oras natin for the podcast. So just to also say good night and goodbye, I would like our guests to greet good night and goodbye to our viewers and listeners. Lou, can you please say goodbye to everyone?
Goodbye, everybody. Have a good night. Wala kami rin. Gagawin ko sana yung magic hands eh. Pero okay na.
Ethan?
Bye, everyone. Just remember, I'm single and I'm ready to mingle.
Yes.
And your resume to Zari.
Yes, we're looking.
It's your boy, Ethan.
True. Alam nyo na, guwapo, matalino, at chest hair. Requirement namin. Zari.
Kalabali ko sinabi yung chest hair.
Magdikit na lang kayo ng buhok sa picture mo. Tapos, mag-selfie na lang kayo. As part of your profile. Okay. Zari?
Sorry lang, na-imagine ko doon sa resume, may gano'ng kakapal ng chest na nakalagay.
Tapos, kung fine ba siya, of course. Tapos, kung curly or straight. Oh my God. Tapos, kung anong tawag doon.
Straight niya ba?
Kung kung nakakumpol sa isang lugar or scattered. Ganon.
Oh my God, I'm ashamed na.
Don't be.
This is a kink,
Hindi, pero
kink shaming
important
free
yun.
show.
Siyempre, di ba, you want na yung chest hair niya is like gathered here. Wala lang, preference ko lang yan. Never mind.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, Hana. Iagawan mo pa si Ethan.
Hindi, pero kasi
It's me right now.
pag na-imagine ko kasi, imagine ko kasi yung preference ni Ethan sa mga conversations namin. I would think yun. Nagpo-project pala ako. Okay. Ayun, going back.
Gusto mo ba may particular shape?
Heart shape. Star. Tama na.
Pinagbababay na ako ni Hana. Pinagbababay na ako ni Hana. Pagbaybayin niya na ako.
Ang init na ng face ko.
Para na akong kamatis dito, guys.
Dalawa na tayo.
Ako, hindi talaga ako. Oh, anyway.
May ibang issue na binring out. Mamaya ka na nga, Kim.
Magbabagoy na ako. Ready na ako.
Tagal eh.
Sige na. Bye, guys! Hope you guys had enjoyed itong episode namin na ito. Ayun. See you next episode. Bye-bye!
Kim?
Ayan, good night, goodbye. Sana may napulot kayong aral sa aming episode. And thank you to our guests for joining. So see you on our
Thank
next
you also.
episode.
Harry?
Bye guys and stay safe. Like, follow, and subscribe. Thank you again, Gwen Ethan.
You're welcome. Thank you din po.
And there we go. So here's truly again your host tonight, Hannah. So pag di nyo pa rin kami kilala, feel ko tagline na dapat natin. Pag di nyo pa rin kami kilala, how dare you?
How could you?
How could
How
you?
could you? How
The
could you?
audacity.
Yun. So I hope you guys really enjoyed the episode tonight, and as we celebrate more of the Pride Month this June. And thank you again for always tuning in with us every Saturday 8 p.m. So don't forget to like, follow this, and subscribe to Road Forever podcast. Bye guys and good night. See ya on Spotify, YouTube, and all of our other social media channels.
Heart fingers.